Via Alessandro Scarlatti is an important commercial street in Naples. The Banca di Berina of Piemonte included it in the urban plan together with Piazza Vanvitelli to follow an expansion and redevelopment plan required in that period. The buildings that follow the road are in Umbertine style, similar but simpler than those of Corso Umberto. The road is thus the main axis of the Vomero district, unitary with its slope the upper part of San Martino and the lower part of Via Cilea, to which it was connected with a bridge a few years later. Not all the original buildings remain. In fact, following a collapse, two were demolished to make way for the more modern buildings that host Ovius and Coin. The famous Villa Doria existed as well. Now it can be defined as an elegant pedestrian street that together with Via Luca Giordano constitutes the main arteries of a pedestrian path full of important shops. The street is dedicated to the great musician from Palermo Alessandro Scarlatti. Alessandro Scarlatti, born in Palermo in 1660 and died in Naples in 1725, was one of the most important representatives of Neapolitan musical school and the greatest Italian opera composer between the 17th and 18th century. He was nicknamed the Italian Orpheus and divided his career between Rome, where he trained, and Naples, where he lived until the end of his days. He was an eclectic musician, which means that he touched on all the other musical genres of his time, from the sonata to the concerto grosso, the motet, the mass, the oratorio and the cantata. The last one distinguished him as an excellent master. He worked in Rome until 1683 as a choirmaster at various religious institutions and was therefore protected by important patrons. Here in Rome, he wrote the Equivoci del Sembiante. He settled in Naples in 1684 as Royal Capellmaster, which means director, and here he produced 75 melodramas and many occasional pieces. He continued to produce works for the Dukes of Toscana, traveling to Venice and Urbino, but then settled permanently in Naples in 1717, where he died a few years later. It was in Naples that often various opera initially approached as comical dramas, for example, Tutto il mar non vien per nuocere, that will be defined as Naples does not come from the birth of the comic opera. Among Scarlatti's best-known works, we especially remember Griselda. In the cantata, he was an unsurpassed author that provide great examples to Handel and Bach, which will be inspired by him in the future.